Somewhere in America right now, a man is standing on a dock, signing paperwork on a boat he doesn't need at a price he shouldn't be paying. He isn't being scammed. The boat is good. The dealer is honest. The only thing wrong with the deal is invisible. He's paying $20,000 or $30,000 for a name he recognized. 3 slips away sits a boat that will run the same water for a college fund's worth less. That's how this market works. Popularity and value don't move together in offshore fishing. They drift apart. Builders with the biggest marketing budgets command premiums that have little to do with how their boats handle a rough day offshore. Meanwhile, quieter builders get overlooked, no matter how capable their hulls are. That's where the smart money hides. Professional captains have known it for years. They don't buy the loudest reputation. They buy what gets them home. The rest of the market rarely notices because the people who benefit from that knowledge have no reason to advertise it. Today, we're bringing 7 of those boats into the light. Every one of them can often be found on the used market for around $75,000, depending on the year, condition, engines, and where you're buying. But this isn't really a list about 7 boats. It's about learning how experienced offshore fishermen think when they spend their own money. By the end, you won't just know these 7 models. You'll know how to recognize the 8th. Let's start where the water gets mean. Number 7, the Cape Horn 24 and 26. You're 40 miles offshore. It was supposed to be a 2-foot day. It isn't. The wind shifts, the chop stacks up steep and tight, and the ride home is going to hurt. On a soft, family-friendly hull, the next hour leaves you bruised. On this one, it's just a slower ride back. Cape Horn was built in Panama City, Florida, around one stubborn idea: a hull that takes a beating and keeps running. A sharp, deep V. A distinctive, notched transom. A keel design most buyers will never notice. The people who run them notice. Ask what a Cape Horn feels like in real chop and you'll hear the same answer. It doesn't fight the water. It plants, cuts, and keeps going. Gulf and Southeast captains have trusted these hulls for years because they deliver the ride of far more expensive boats without demanding the same price. Most buyers never get that far. They see a company that changed hands, production gaps in its history, and a brand that never became a household name. Then they move on. That's exactly where the opportunity begins. Brand instability and hull instability are not the same thing. The company's history got messy. The boats didn't. That disconnect keeps demand lower than the quality deserves, leaving capable buyers with room to negotiate. It's not a perfect boat. Older hulls can require patience when sourcing factory parts, and support often comes from experienced mechanics and a loyal owner community instead of a large dealer network. Build quality can also vary between ownership eras, making a thorough marine survey one of the smartest dollars you'll spend. Cape Horn rewards a fisherman who values proven performance over familiar branding and already has a mechanic he trusts. If dealer support and predictable ownership matter more than offshore capability, there are easier boats to own. A troubled company and a troubled product are not the same thing. Learn to separate the two, and you'll start finding value where everyone else sees risk. Number 6. The Steiger Craft Chesapeake. Somewhere around 4 in the morning, in a marina in Montauk or Point Pleasant, a captain is drinking coffee inside his pilot house. Everyone else is outside, shoulders hunched against the cold. He sees them. They see him. He is warm. That scene repeats itself from Long Island to the Chesapeake. South of Virginia, it almost disappears. That's Steiger Craft. Built on Long Island, Steiger wasn't designed for postcard weather. It was built for cold pre-dawn runs, short, steep chop, and long days when most recreational boats stay tied to the dock. Here, the pilot house isn't a luxury. It's what keeps the season going. That's why charter captains value them. Ask a broker on Long Island about a clean, used Steiger, and you'll hear the same story. Many never make it to the public market. They're spoken for by captains who've been waiting months for the right hull. It's a different kind of hidden gem, not because it's cheap, because outside the Northeast, many buyers never think to look for one. That creates an interesting trade-off. Regional demand keeps values strong, where the boats are understood, but move the same boat to Florida, and the audience shrinks almost overnight. As with any older northeastern boat, inspect the fuel tank, gel coat, and deck core carefully. A good survey will answer nearly every important question. For the fisherman who plans to stay in the Northeast or Mid-Atlantic, a Steiger is built for exactly the conditions that define those waters. For everyone else, it may simply be the right boat in the wrong market. If you're getting value from this list, take a second to like the video and subscribe. Now let's head south to Maryland. Number 5. The Judge Yachts 27 Chesapeake. If a small shop builds 3 boats a year, while a factory builds 300, which one do you think is more likely to build the boat exactly the way its customers want it? Judge Yachts has been answering that question for years. Built in Maryland, the 27 Chesapeake is a semi-custom down-east pilot house designed for serious offshore fishermen. Unlike a production boat, much of the layout reflects how the owner actually plans to fish. You're buying something shaped by craftsmen, not an assembly line. That's immediately obvious to people who've spent enough time on the water. Experienced Chesapeake and Northeast anglers don't talk about Judge because it's fashionable. They talk about it because the boats feel solid, dependable, and built with a level of care that's becoming harder to find. That same attention to detail explains why the brand stays under the radar. Judge simply doesn't build enough boats to become a household name. Without a national dealer network or a massive marketing budget, most buyers never encounter one unless they're looking for it. Scarcity creates both opportunity and compromise. Finding the right hull can take patience. Factory support comes from a small operation rather than a nationwide network, and resale depends on finding buyers who understand what they're looking at. For the owner who plans to keep the boat, those compromises are often worth making. A Judge rewards buyers who appreciate craftsmanship, fish the Chesapeake or Northeast, and care more about long-term ownership than instant recognition. Some of the best-built boats on the water aren't hidden because they're inferior. They're hidden because the people building them are too busy building boats to become famous. Number 4. The Dusky 256 and 278. Here's something you don't see very often in boating anymore. The same family, the same shop, the same stretch of South Florida water. For nearly 60 years, Dusky has been refining the same basic idea instead of chasing the next trend. Outside South Florida, plenty of buyers barely recognize the name. Around Dania Beach, it's a different story. Kingfish crews, Bahamas commuters, and lifelong offshore fishermen keep coming back because the patented V-notch hull was shaped by exactly the waters it still runs today. Owners don't talk about luxury, they talk about confidence. In the kind of confused chop that sends some boats wandering and hobby horsing, a Dusky settles down and keeps working. That's the reputation that matters to the people who use them every week. Ironically, the biggest reason you've probably never considered one has nothing to do with the boat. Dusky has always sold factory direct. No nationwide dealer network, very little advertising. Most boats never leave South Florida, so the rest of the country rarely gets the chance to know them. That business model comes with trade-offs. Service depends more on independent mechanics and a loyal owner community than dealership support. Older hulls deserve careful inspection of the transom, stringers, and deck core. And if you're expecting modern luxury, you'll be disappointed. Dusky has always spent its money where it counts, below your feet, not around your cup holders. For South Florida fishermen and regular Bahamas runners, that's an easy trade to make. For buyers who expect dealer-backed ownership or plan to resell in another region, it probably isn't. Sometimes the best boats aren't waiting where everyone shops. They're still waiting where they were built. Number 3. The Albemarle 2 Fort Pheasant and 265 Express. Here's a contrarian opinion. One of the biggest buying opportunities in today's used offshore market isn't a boat, it's an engine. Walk any boat show and you'll see rows of triple and quad outboards. That's where the market went. And whenever an entire market moves in one direction, something valuable usually gets left behind. In this case, it's the diesel-powered express boat. Albemarle built some of the best. Built in Edenton, North Carolina, Albemarle earned its reputation in the unforgiving waters of the Outer Banks, where rough inlets have little patience for bad hulls. The 247 and 265 Express Bring that Carolina heritage to buyers who want serious offshore capability without paying premium brand prices. They're also different from everything else on this list. Instead of an open center console, you get a real cabin and, in the right models, dependable diesel power below deck. For fishermen making long offshore runs, that combination changes the ownership experience. Diesel engines burn significantly less fuel at cruise, and the cabin turns cold, early runs into something far more comfortable. Of course, value isn't the same thing as cheap. Older inboard diesels demand specialized maintenance. Shaft-driven systems add complexity, and aging fuel tanks deserve close inspection. If you don't already know a good marine diesel mechanic, this probably isn't the right boat. But for fishermen who regularly make long offshore runs, the math starts looking very different. Lower fuel consumption season after season can offset higher maintenance costs, while the cabin becomes something you'll appreciate every trip. The market chased one technology. It quietly discounted another. That's exactly where opportunity tends to appear. Buy the boat that fits the way you fish, not the trend everyone else is chasing. Number 2. The Sailfish 266. At first glance, the Sailfish 266 doesn't look like it belongs on a list of hidden gems. The brand is well known. Dealers are everywhere. Plenty of people recognize the name. So why is it here? Because the used market has a short memory. As Sailfish introduced larger, newer models, attention naturally shifted. Buyers chasing the latest features often overlooked older 266, even though many still deliver exactly what offshore fishermen actually need: a dry ride, predictable handling, and a hull that's comfortable when conditions turn ugly. That's thanks in part to Sailfish's variable degree stepped hull, which blends stability at rest with a softer ride underway. It's the kind of engineering you appreciate more after a long day offshore than during a walk around the showroom. Talk to owners, and another theme comes up again and again. The boat doesn't try to impress anyone. It simply gets the job done. That makes the 266 one of the quieter values on the used market. It carries the credibility of an established manufacturer without commanding the premium prices attached to many competing models of the same era. It's not without compromises. Earlier boats may need updated electronics, upholstery, or other cosmetic work. As always, engine condition matters far more than polished fiberglass, and a professional survey is money well spent before signing any paperwork. For buyers who want nationwide parts availability, broad dealer support, and a boat that's easy to own, the Sailfish offers something many lesser-known brands can't. Sometimes the hidden gem isn't the obscure brand. It's the overlooked model hiding in plain sight. Number 1. The Parker 250-20 XL and 2530 Sport Cabin. If you spend enough time around commercial docks, you'll notice something. The boats tied up there rarely look glamorous. They're scratched, they're faded, the paint has seen better days. But they keep leaving the dock. That's the reputation Parker earned over decades. Built in North Carolina, the 2020 XL and 2030 Sport Cabin weren't designed to win boat shows. They were designed to survive thousands of hours on the water with as little drama as possible. Heavy construction, straightforward systems, and one of the most respected pilot house layouts in the industry have made them favorites among charter captains, commercial fishermen, and owners who value reliability over appearance. That reputation has one downside: everyone knows Parker, which means clean examples don't stay on the market for long. Even so, patient buyers can still find older models priced well below many newer boats that offer little real advantage offshore. When one appears with solid maintenance records and a clean survey, it often represents one of the strongest values in the entire pilot house market. No boat is perfect. The ride is firm compared to some deeper V hulls, and the heavy build means you'll burn more fuel than lighter competitors. Cosmetics are often rough because these boats tend to be used exactly as intended. That's part of the appeal. A Parker isn't trying to impress people at the marina. It's trying to get you home. And after looking at every boat on this list, one pattern should be impossible to ignore. The best values in offshore fishing almost never come from the loudest brands or the newest models. They come from understanding why a boat was built, who built it for, and whether that mission matches the way you actually fish. That's how experienced buyers think. They don't chase popularity, they chase capability. And when they find it, they usually let everyone else keep shopping. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe to Boat Verdict. Until next time, buy the boat that fits your fishing, not the one with the biggest reputation.